Welcome to the Shifnal podcast. I'm Rick Porteous, your host. I'm delighted to be joined by former Shifnal Town player Brad Perkins-Smith. Welcome to the podcast, Brad.
Thank you very much, mate. Thanks for having me.
So how long ago was it that you played for Shifnal?
I think it was, I first started off probably about 5 years from now, 6 years ago. And then I knocked it on the head, I think it was 2021, November, I think it was, which was a very hard decision, to be honest.
Yeah. Anything in particular that made you make that decision?
Playing time really was the main one. I know it's difficult, football's hard, training Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday games, and when you don't get what you think you should be getting back out of it, it does get a bit difficult. And to be honest, it's I laugh about it now, but at the time it was a very, very difficult decision to make, to be honest. Made it off, it wasn't off the cuff, but when I went in, had a big speech with all the lads, started crying, believe it or not. Quite embarrassing now, looking back at it, probably get a bit of stick. But it was very difficult, but one I think I had to make at the time.
And did you go into a bit of a coaching role initially afterwards, I seem to remember?
Yeah, that was right, so a few weeks afterwards, kind of missed all the banter and all that kind of stuff what came with it. Went back into a coaching role, which was fun. Still got what I needed to get out of it. Wasn't as difficult, wasn't as demanding, which was cool, and I enjoyed it.
What were your most memorable times as a player with Shifnal?
Two really stand out for me. Well, three actually. There was the one, first and foremost, when I sponsored the club. Well, the third kit I think it was. That was a really proud moment of mine.
And that's your business Codswell Driveways?
That was my business Codswell Driveways. So that was really good. We had a day here actually, me, Jacob and Lloydie at the time, who all worked for us. We all had a photo shoot with James, that was brilliant. So that was our standout one. My next proud moment, probably scoring in the FA Cup. Chelmsley away, I think it was.
Yeah.
Header. I watched that video on repeat on YouTube actually, that was another one. And probably the best day, which will stay with me forever, was beating Bridge North down the Acoustiphone Stadium. Was it 4-1 or 4-0, I think it was in the end. That was brilliant. And just getting to play with your mates who you've played football with when like 13, 14 was just absolutely fantastic.
And am I right in saying that the lads that worked for you at Codswell Driveways, they played for you at Shifnal as well, weren't they? Teammates?
So it was funny actually. There was one game, it's where Lloydie got clattered in his knee and he had to come off. Tuesday night it was, I think it was against Shawbury, and he had to come off, and the other lad, Jacob, he was playing as well, and was laying concrete the next day, Wednesday, 7:30. I wasn't even bothered about Lloydie because I knew what he'd done was quite bad. I ran over to Jacob and I said, look, don't get injured now because it's just me tomorrow. So that was kind of fun. And actually the day after, it was horrific. It was so hard work. And then Lloydie was off his feet for probably a month. So that was difficult.
Yeah, that's a reality though, isn't it? That all you lads, you'll finish the game, get back home like midnight kind of time, and then in a job like yours, you're up at 6 a.m, aren't you? And out you go, off 4 days work, hard graft.
It is, and I've always said it's hard work, especially at our level. Playing Tuesday nights, like you say, you're getting back, it is hard work, and that's why I had to run my own business as well. It's that extra bit of hard work. Like I used to get back from training, I'd look at my phone, missed calls, phone calls, text messages, so you're still coming tomorrow. Just all this, and it just got a bit too much, but it is hard work.
And I saw as well, with your business Codswell Driveways, have you done sponsorship at Wolves as well? I saw.
So last year April we was the main sponsor for the programme for the Brighton game. So we had a tour of the ground, tour of the museum. There was 11 of us, I think it was. 3-course meal.
And I'm assuming you're a big Wolves fan?
Yeah, massive Wolves fan, so that was brilliant. That was really cool as well.
Brilliant. In terms of Shifnal Town, who are the people the characters that stick out the most when you were playing?
There was a few. So when I first started off, when I first come, Jordan Jones, that was years ago, he was brilliant. And then Ben Mack, he was an old head, he was always cracking banter. Couldn't get him at first. I think he was a bit one of them characters where as soon as you get to know him, you understood him. Probably a bit like myself, to be fair. He was a great character. And then in the last couple of seasons, there was a few of us. There was obviously Lloydie, Ben Perks was a big character. Yeah, God, there was a few, but yeah, Perks, he was a character when he was here. That's just getting him here. And he was great when he was here. Yeah, there was a few. There was
So I always do a bit of homework on the guests before they come on, and I looked on your Twitter account, and you recently got married?
I did, yeah.
Dublin, was it, Stag Do?
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that you were in a pub and out of nowhere the Conor McGregor turned up? Talk us through that.
Yeah, so I've always wanted to go to his restaurant or bar, whatever you call it. So we booked it, and it was an absolute nightmare to get booked. There was 15 of us trying to get a table 15 in his place. Absolute nightmare. They said we had to book separate tables, then all put them together. Yeah. The last day when we was there, they gave us a call. It was like, yeah, we sorted the tables. Like, brilliant. So we got there. Obviously, I follow him on social media, so I see who the chefs are, silly things like that, who runs it. The manager was there, and I was thinking, oh look, he's not normally there, and he was there that night. And then he kept on saying to us, oh, the gaffer will be here soon. And we was like, oh, there's 15 lads, you just probably want to keep sitting there. And then there was a young lad, Joe. He was 17, so the bouncer said by 10:30 you've got to go. So my future father-in-law at the time and that Joe's dad, they had to leave. They was like, oh, he ain't gonna come. Then we had some pictures with the belts, his belt, sorry, and then he said, give it 25 minutes and he'll turn up. And me and Lloyd were standing by the door, and these two Range Rovers turned up, and I've gone, that's his car, that. And then literally 30 seconds later, he's come running through the door, Conor McGregor, with two bouncers by side of him, and he's going, yes lads, and then God, the night was just wouldn't.
Because I've got to admit, I looked at his social media and I thought, nah, that's got to be a lookalike or something, because it's just surreal, isn't it? That's name like that, like so many, in real life.
So many people have said was it a lookalike?
Yeah.
And it's only until I show them the videos of him taking his top off and you see all his tattoos that you actually believe it's him. Yeah.
And when you actually met him though, did you think, yeah, this is the real deal, or were you even doubting yourself at first, kind of thinking, nah, it can't be real, this?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I think I was obviously really drunk at the time. I was in a bit of awe when I saw him. Yeah, because he could have been anywhere in the world. Yeah, and then for him to be in his own pub, it was just...
No, you did very well there, very well. Yeah. So before Shifnal Town, what was your history in football as a player?
To be honest, I started off really late as a footballer. So I didn't like football, believe it or not. Right. I hated it. So I used to watch my brother play, used to go and cry all the time, hated it. Yeah. And then I think I was about 13, 14, probably a bit earlier than that actually, when I first started playing. Played for a local side, Bilbrook FC. And then I was with the Wolves schoolboys, West Midlands County, Staffordshire County and Shropshire County. That was very confusing because I thought you could only play for one or but I played for both. Yeah. And then I was at West Midlands County, then I got picked up for England schoolboys. Wow. So that was a massive achievement of mine. Yeah. Probably up there with probably my favourite memory of football, to be honest. And are
there any names that you played with at England schoolboys that have gone on to do big things that you can remember?
I don't think so, mate. It was, even though it was a great opportunity, it was a bit corrupt, if I'm allowed to say that. So we went through a phase of getting through the ranks and getting to the final 17-man squad or 18-man squad. And then all these lads kept on getting dropped off. Then I remember the day when I got told I wasn't allowed to come back. And then I was doing performance analysis at Wolves. Right. And then they said, oh, England schoolboys are playing Wolves lads. Do you want to film it? I was like, oh, that'd be interesting to see who's actually still there. And I can tell you now, not one person who's in our whole group was there. It was all ex-pros who never got, scholars who never got their pro contract from like Blackburn, because the manager was up north. So all them lads who was getting dropped out from not making the cut at a pro club and getting kicked out of scholarship, they were just all going into English schoolboys. Right. So the whole process of it really was a bit backwards. Yeah. Because in the end they just got all the like I say, ex-scholars. So it was a bit annoying, but good experience at the same time.
Yeah. So do you play any football at all now, like on a Sunday or anything like that?
No. Last time I kicked a ball was for Smudger's, Phil Smith's charity game.
Yeah.
That was last year. I think I played 45 minutes and then I couldn't walk for about 3 days. Haven't kicked a ball since.
Can we persuade you to come back to Shifnal? Can we get those boots out again?
Oh, you can never say never. At the moment, I'm very content with the way my life's going.
Yeah.
Business is quite busy.
Yeah. So do you want to talk a bit about your business? So what you do? And
so I first started learning the trade of patterning printed concrete when I was 16. So it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
When I was just at school, I used to help my father-in-law. Just borrowing for a bit of cash and just go to school if I had days off. And then it started getting a bit more serious when I went to, in sixth form and when I went to university. Again, days off used to help. And then I went quite ill, had to have a few operations, and then I applied for a job at the Wolves doing performance analysis, couldn't get it. And I thought then, it's about what you know, who you know instead of what you know. Yeah. So I thought I need to start making a bit of money, and my father-in-law sat me down in McDonald's on the Stafford Road, remember it like it was yesterday, and he says, look, you're good at this, I can help you. So I started my business up in 2018, employ a few lads now, I've got a few self-employed, so like Jordan Uppal, who used to play for Shifnal, he's self-employed, he's he works part-time with us and then he's a fireman at the same time. Yeah. So that's cool. So then I've got him, Lloydie, and another person on the books who's our digger driver. Yeah. So it's going strength to strength.
And you always seem to be booked up for work as well, I see.
Yeah, at the moment it's a bit steady just because of the weather. Yeah. But we're busy enough, so happy days. Yeah.
So how does it work like on a days like today, like we've had snow today and stuff, is it just a write-off?
Yeah, absolute write-off. We worked yesterday when it was like a bit of snow but nothing major. We just try and get as much done, like get some jobs dug out and prepared, and then when we have like a few dry days then we can just get them all laid then.
So is it better working in the winter months when it's a bit colder but not too cold, or of course in the summer it can get baking hot, can't it? And I bet it's equally as hard.
It is hard. I love the summer though. And all of us do. It is difficult, but summer all day. Yeah,
because that summer just gone, we had some nearly 40-degree days, didn't we? Like with the tarmac going.
We worked in one of the days because I was going on the stag do, so we had to get the job in initially. But it was fine. It's just hard work. Yeah.
Brad, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks very much for joining us at the podcast, and hopefully we might see you again out of the Acoustic Fame.
Fingers crossed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.